Okay, guys, so the last video cut off, but like I was saying at the end of the video, yeah, when things finally started to materialize, I actually realized, like, wait a minute, I don't even want this. And by that time, no, it's not too late. You still have free will. You can still, like, do a do-si-do or whatever you need to do to, do whatever you want. But by this time, people's feelings had gotten involved. Um, People were relying on me. Let's just say, for instance, I'll give you a good example. Um, I remember one time I really wanted this specific job, and I got that job. But when I did get the job, like everything that came with the job was like so overwhelming, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But I had applied for this job before I did any work, right? And I never could get it. I would be denied. I would have an interview, not get hired, blase splee, right? But when I actually got the job, because I had, put my intent and all that stuff into it, right? I realized that maybe I didn't get this job for a reason, because maybe this type of a job wasn't for me. So, and that's just like a light example of, just really thinking before you act on dealing with things spiritually. Um, yeah, any other examples I could give about that? Yes, actually. A lot of time, people will come to me asking about love spells. I'm not going to do a love spell. And here's why. Um, that's like not a thing. It's not a thing. It is and it isn't. So like when I was younger, I would hear of scorned lovers. And let's just say a girl meets a married guy and he doesn't want to leave his wife, and now she's angry and she wants him to pay. Okay. Now I've heard of situations like that, but that's not a love situation. That's love gone bad, and now there's a curse involved. But when you're asking to bring your lover back, to me, that's kind of a curse as well, because if your lover didn't want to come back to you and somehow you forced them to come back to you, then that's kind of like the opposite of love. So to me, love spells are kind of like, you know, not really love spells, because if you love somebody, you will love them enough to let them do what they think will make them happy. So yeah, a love spell is not really a love spell, and that is why I don't necessarily do love spells. I am not like light over here, dark over here by any means. I will do whatever is necessary. But before I do anything, I will meditate on it. I will pray on it. I will, give myself a reading, give it a couple days, see how I feel. Because the one thing you don't want to do is, have an emotional response, put something out there. Now you didn't curse somebody, y'all done made up, and now look, the whole life is in shambles because you acted on emotion. So that's like one prime example of what I mean by be careful what you wish for, because you can play with it if you want to. But magic is not a game. It's not a game at all. Like literally when I was 15 getting involved, I didn't have someone older teach me magic. I took it upon myself to learn. And there actually were people in my family who could have probably taught me and, imparted wisdom on me about this whole thing. But they didn't. They wanted to keep it secret and blase splee. But when I took it upon myself at 15, it was all ego based. It was all pride based. It was all about how much power I had and what I could do. And It was a game to me. Well, not really, but it was like, a power trip for me. And I really did everything based off of emotion. And when I say I should have thought about it and I should have prayed on it and things like that, I really should have, because you will learn the hard way if you do hasty magic, cursing people for no reason or just because you mad or whatever the case may be. You will learn. Oh, you will learn. So and that's, I've given you light scenarios and I gave you the extreme case, but I just wanted to put that out there, that before doing any kind of work, you always want to really put thought into it and do the who, what, when, where, why, and how, and figure out if it's something you need to be doing, because magic is not a game. Playing with people's lives, playing with your own life.